Get their ass. Judgment, death. Oh, how do I do that? Let's do something. What is this? Okay. Ooh, welcome. Bear with me. I'm going to move this screen here. I'm just stalling out if there's anybody in the room. Trying to give... Oh, yeah. Invite. No, I don't want to do that. No. How do I do that? Oops. I don't know. Let's see. Who do I have here? I'm gonna see if these folks. You know how you just have people on your thing and you're just like, okay, why are we here? Makes you wonder. Greetings, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Bear with me. I'm going to move this screen here momentarily. Welcome. Thank y'all for joining. I just thought I'd share it. But I will be moving the talk screen. Don't worry. Okay. I'm doing this just to give folks some time to get in here. Okay. Greetings, Bless 14. And greetings, I want to say G. Maviki. Okay. Greetings, welcome, thank y'all for joining. I'm stalling out a little bit. I will be moving this talk screen. And the topic, you guys see, I believe I put Narc, interest, and playbook. Narc, interest, and playbook, okay? I'm going to be sharing from my experience, my background, things I've learned from those that are licensed in the field, as well as my own personal ascension path, personally dealing with narcs up close and personal my entire life. As an Hioka empath, you come into the carnation flooded with this type of energy, and when you heal, you start seeing some commonalities. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'll turn the music down. I'll move the screen. And those of you who come in, yada, 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 yada. Okay? All right. So I'm not going to waste too much time. Folks is either busy or God knows what. Anyway. Woo-hoo. Okay. So I'm going to turn my mantras down here, which is very powerful. Kali Ma, destroying shit. I call it the destroying shit energy. The shit that needs to be destroyed. Okay, put it that way. The shit that needs to be destroyed. All right, so I'm going to move this screen here. I just wanted it on to give folks time, like an interlude. Go to movies and shit. There we go. All right, guys. Welcome. Thank you. 1 second here. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. All right, so let me see something. I'm going to pull up an interesting intuitive message here. Let's see. Trust your gut. There we go. All right, so I'm talking about the Narc interest and their playbook. So it's important. Somebody says Kali Ma. Yeah, Kali Ma. Do your research on Kali Ma, goddess energy. Very powerful, very potent, very no nonsense kind of energy. The trust your gut, as you guys see, it just popped on the screen. This is going along perfectly with what I'm saying. Narcs, and this is not meant to be derogatory in any way. This is more educational and as a matter of fact. Okay. And for people who find that they are these types of energies and they want to learn better how to trust their intuition, trusting their gut, because narc energy, it's a mental illness and it's insidious. And the only way out, via my resonance and what I've learned is up, ascension. As long as we stay locked into our fear, ego-based energy, templates, mindsets, attitudes, programs, beliefs, too attached to the 3D, you fall prey to that energy. Okay, whether you are narcissistic in yourself or you're empathic to where you're exploited, your empathic nature is exploited. Okay, so the playbook, okay, the narc's interest and their playbook. Some of the commonalities that you're going to notice about most that are, even if they're not on the extreme end of narcissism, okay, what you guys are going to recognize about narcissistic energy is that they are not that, there's a lack of depth, okay? There is a lack of depth. They have a tendency to be overly attached to the 3D. So when you talk to them, most of the time, the conversations are going to always be along the lines of stuff, money, cars, jobs, positions. Most of what they have to say or ask you about is going to always be about the 3D. Okay, because that's their attachment. Narcissistic energies, their attachment is the 3D. Okay, so if you're trying to trace a commonality or a thread when you're dealing with those individuals, listen. When they call you, when they talk to you, when you engage with them, for the most part, the first thing they're going to be either asking you about is what you got, okay, what you own, what you got, what you borrowed, money, 3D, houses, homes, cars, jobs. It's rarely soul. How are you? Your well-being. It's rarely any of that coming out of them. Okay. When they're talking about themselves, it's going to be the same thing. They're going to be talking about, and sometimes it's not going to be all the way honest. Depends on their situation and what they're trying to create, what kind of illusions they're trying to create. But usually it's going to be something like, I got this new job, I make this amount of money, I got this house, I got this car. It's never going to be, I learned some good lessons and, I really saw this about myself and, I really realized like, geez, I was a little bit too, it's never going to be that with the narc. Okay. So start setting an intention of just paying attention as they're talking. Just let them do it. Because what comes out of them is usually their interest in playbook. Okay. Either they're wanting to know what you have. They're wanting to know how they can try to one up you. They're wanting to know, it's always this 3D energy. Okay. Now the playbook is basically, they don't really vary. They're very predictable in this way. Okay. It's always the same. If they apologize about anything, it's going to be almost like it was a program. The same apology they apologized back in 19 whatever. And it's very dry. It's very disconnected, and you'll feel it. Like they're basically just saying something, hoping that you'll bite. Okay. Oh, well, I realize that maybe I should treat people better. But it's never soulful. It's really what they think they want you to hear. Okay. What they said 4,000 times that they've encountered with you. Okay. And the reason how you can tell is because there's a lack of remorse, there's a lack of depth, and there's a lack of soulful exchange in that way. It's very shallow and surface. Then it's back to what you got, the 3D, what I got, the 3D, money, houses, shit, stuff like that. That really don't mean shit. To be on the 100, don't mean nothing. But, that's what they focus on. Okay. And they're going to always critique what they're saying based on the person that they're interacting with. Okay. So in other words, they're shape shifters. It will change. Okay. So if they know that you're a spiritual person, they know how to talk a certain lingo. Okay. I realize that, I should treat people better, or show my, just very basic, but listen with your gut. You guys are looking at the screen. It says, trust your gut. This is imperative when you're dealing with narcissistic energy. Okay. It's imperative because, for some of you, it's family and it's friends and it's lovers and it's people that you cared about. So they play on the fact that you did. They even set it up in that way. Make them afraid, make them concerned for me, make them be concerned that I'm dead or hurt, and if you bleed red and you're not as, narcissistic, chances are you're going to be like, look, I ain't got to like them. Shit. I ain't even got to want to be with them, but hell, I wouldn't wish, I'm saying certain things on anybody. Okay. Another thing about the Narc's interest and playbook, they will take something that was meant to be of service to them, that was meant to be something helpful or beneficial for their livelihood in some cases, okay, and turning into something not right because they're not right. I'm going to give you an example. Like I said, most of us that are relatively grounded and balanced people, no matter how different we are from one another, no matter how different our belief systems are, and our, those of us that are relatively, and I'm saying that loosely, okay, at the end of the day, the well-being, if something happened to someone that you knew or you loved, your own child, your adult child, whatever, whether you were estranged or not, you would want someone to, at best, leave you a message and say, hey, I think this happened over there. It's a possibility that they're hurt. It is a possibility. So here's that information. Okay. That's a kind person. That's a loving person. But those that are narcissistic and too proud and so worried about image and worried about how shit look and just all in that low vibratory energy, instead of seeing that for what it is, which is a human being that's showing some type of concern for somebody that probably a whole lot of motherfuckers don't care about anyway. Okay. Showing that to someone or extending that, they turn it around like, well, why do you think something bad about them? And why would you, we're not those kind of people. Who will go there when it comes down to the life and the well-being of a person at the end of the day? This is what could help you guys to understand when you're dealing with people that are not well. Okay. Whether it is their family, them directly, because people that are balanced are going to be like, hey, shit, they could have not gave a fuck and been like, good riddance, what I'm saying, kind of energy. But narcs and people who are in that energy, they cannot honor and see the beauty in someone who operates in that energy. Okay. It's all about image. They need to feel good. They need to feel like they're honorable. I keep saying that. They need to feel like they don't associate with such folks. And chances are, yes, the fuck. Yeah, that's yes, the fuck. Okay. But they want to portray the image, right? It's the playbook. So when you extend your care or your concern, instead of being like, wow, thank you. You know what I'm saying? In spite of everything we've gone through, in spite of this, in spite of that, hey, you're still a decent person and actually cared, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not I lived or died, or you still cared if somebody, had, physically harmed me. That's a healthy mind. That's a healthy heart. That's a healthy person. That's like, hey, that's decent, because it showed what the fuck ain't that many left on earth in that kind of energy without some kind of payoff. Okay. Playbook, their interests. Also, they always hold on to exes. At least the ones that they can. The ones that they can. Okay. The ones that don't decode their shit and get away and, all that kind of stuff. And they usually team up with their exes to come against you. Okay. Whether that be to steal from you, like mine did, and I'm aware of that. Okay. And it wasn't just my sister. Okay. It was the exes of my ex. One, namely, the one who raised his children primarily. That's, well, as far as I know, in Chicago. Okay. Helped do some foul shit. And one that was always willing to agree with a certain amount of shit that he did in the past, as long as certain things and parameters between the two of them. Okay. I think I mentioned this many months back. So in other words, pretend so that they don't, mention this or that, and they won't, blah, blah. Nope, I'm exposing all of it, because judgment is called, justice will be served. Anybody who did something foul against me, I'm not playing. And I highly recommend that you all do the same thing. Okay. That's the Narc's playbook. They get people to team up, and it's usually their exes. Okay. It's either their ex-lovers, their friends, in some cases their mothers, their fathers, okay, to do foul shit. And they will play the game of reform. They'll play the game of apology. They'll play the game. What is this? Okay. That's a part of it. Okay. People that are equally in their energy and vibration. So they usually have exes that are still in their same energy and vibration. A very codependent dynamic, an addiction to one another. As I mentioned, like with my ex that he has with some of his exes, very codependent. Okay. Dynamic for years. Okay. And so he erroneously had a lot of people on a pedestal. Okay. In some cases, he still does, and it's to his demise. But this playbook, right? It's always the same with them. This is, if you start paying attention, just listen, let them talk, watch the patterns. Their interest is winning at all costs. And so they will play whatever game they think they have to play to either get you to take your defense down, to get you to believe them, to get you to let them in, to get you to go another round with the same old robotic, tape recorded default sayings and statements that they have, because that's about all they can offer. Okay? And it's shallow. See, if we can pay attention, they're very shallow surface people. You won't find depth. The only depth that they offer is pretended. Okay? But they will do anything, which means there's a lack of depth. Because if you'll do anything to win at all costs, meaning hurt lives and not have a care and regard, then that proves the point that I'm making, doesn't it? Image, appearance. And when they're exposed, when you're starting to expose people like that, you know what I'm saying, then this is when they really come full throttle to come after you. And I know that's the case in my life. That's really what happened. The Bloom for Within Love started blooming, and I was minding my business. I was healing. I was doing my journey. I was like, whatever, whatever. Ain't nobody stopping me. Whoop, I'm keeping it moving. I'm going to heal. I'm going to do me. And the real truth of the matter is a lot of truths came out about a whole lot of people. Okay. And it was in my readings. So, of course, if you're guilty, you know, how does the saying go? Well, it's going to bother you. Even if your name is not particularly mentioned, you know, if something is coming up and it's like reading your email and everybody is seeing it, then it's kind of like, what? And so this is when they commence to start trying to destroy your work, as is in my case, which I'm not playing. I'm going to say that again. FBI, if you're watching, certain names I've named, start watching them. They're the ones that was up to the fuck shit with my platforms. They're the ones that was reporting, and they're the ones that was stealing and helping someone else to steal from me. Okay? Just in case, because I already know, because I collected. Do your forms, report your people, create your list. Okay? Let justice prevail. Do your part. Okay? Because another thing that they bank on, they're very snaky and they're very slick. Okay? So they hide. But if you're intuitive and you're tapping into your guides and you pay attention to your social media and you keep records of everything, okay, all the fake profiles and all the stuff that these individuals think they're outsmarting, but they're not outsmarting the FBI. Okay? Burner phone or not, fake account or not, okay? Give them the information you have and why you suspect that, and all of the reports and things that you've done. That is going to help bring justice, okay? As I'm doing. I'm not going to let up. It ain't going to happen until I have the justice that I want, okay? People were stealing, and it wasn't just one. People were helping, and it wasn't just one, and they're paying for that. They're going to pay. Okay? But we have to call judgment. Energetically speaking, we have to do our part working with our light team, you know, on both planes, earth, land, energetic. We have to handle it on every, you know, corner. Okay? Because it's an insidious frequency, narcissism. Even if you're on a soulmate twin flame journey, I promise you, if they are not really awakening and healing, they're the worst. Okay, because they're still under the spell. Okay, so instead of seeing properly and doing the right things, they still try to strategize with karmics, which they get the worst whoop ass. Okay, because it's like, how the fuck you gonna come against the divine that's one of your counterparts, that is your soul counterpart, you agreed to do, but some karmic motherfuckers, you gonna pay. You're paying, motherfuckers, you're paying today. So they have to find out like everybody else. And I mean business collective, and I hope you do. And it's not gonna feel easy and comfortable. But at the end of the day, sometimes we have to learn how to get our emotion into neutral. That's the best way you can handle a narc. Okay? Because if you go there, then this is how they can play with your head, like the reading I did earlier today with the head games that came out. You got to get into neutral and say, hey, like the show The Walking Dead, man, don't matter, motherfucker. You crazy? Then you got to go too. You got to go too. Because no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Justice, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, you know, I promise y'all, listen to me, man. I'm not playing. When I did certain readings for myself personally off screen on some shit, and I discovered some shit, I'm like, all right, light team, okay, let's make our, where's roll call, motherfuckers? Roll call. Line them up. I meant business. Because life must go on. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, not receiving. the healing and all of that the universe is trying to provide for these karmic lessons. So then, okay, perhaps the universe got to step in, go ahead, help them out a little bit. Okay. People that's trying to interfere, people that's trying to taint, install, and play with divine beings. It's like, no, this is including a demoted divine. Okay. Yep, it is including a demoted divine. Yep, judgment 2 motherfuckers. You have to have that attitude. That's what's going to save you. That's what's going to keep you moving forward and not going in the saga. Because they don't change. Their playbook is the same, I promise you. It's the same. Their interest, it's the same. Winning at all costs, trying to look good, trying to prove a point, trying to steal something that ain't theirs, trying to get supply, trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's all they got. That's it. They stay codependent. Most narcs are codependent. They try to act like they're not, but they are. If you watch them, they're usually codependent, and their parents or family, it's usually some kind of a deeper dynamic. It's the same. Because the normal natural process to life is you heal, you grow, you mature, you develop. And if you are a relatively balanced, functioning adult member of society, you move on with your perspective life. That is the natural flow. You move on, okay, with your perspective lives. Otherwise, you're willfully stagnating, okay? And it's a choice. For whatever reason, it's a choice. But they're usually aggravated at these choices because, you know, it ain't fun being stagnant. It's not fun feeling like you're stuck in a vein. Okay, so with that, they try to get other people equally stuck in the vein. Okay? So they're usually telling you the same old song and dance. They're saying the same story, the same lies, the same it's always the same. So call bullshit on bullshit. If people have violated you and broken the law, do your part to, you know, to assist with law. Okay? Because these people, narcs, are thieves, they're con artists, they're liars. Okay? Very sad and miserable people that try to act like they're not. Okay? And they don't care about their actions. You know, you got to look at it like, hey, if they're willing to hurt a beautiful soul in an innocent life or steal from a beautiful soul in an innocent life and their child, then you need to not have any regard for them and theirs. That's how I feel. No regard. We got to get there. No retreat, no surrender, no justice, no peace. You have no regard for me, I have none for you. You have no regard for my son, I have none for yours. I'm not playing that. You have no regard for my reputation, I sure the fuck don't got none for yours. You want to create some illusions out there about me? I'm going to create the truth about you. And it sounds tough, but we have to embrace that. We need to reallocate the care and kindness to people that understand the value of it. Narcs don't understand the value of that. They value asses, tits, and 50 cents. They don't value a beautiful soul. They value illusion, fake appearances, the look of, you know, Captain America, Mr. or Mrs. Boy Scout or Girl Scout. But they don't value being it truly. Okay? We need to value those who carry that because that's what's priceless. That's what's precious. That's what's deserving of honor. That's what's deserving of patience. That's what's deserving of understanding. That's what's, you know, the failures or flaws of individuals that have that sincere energy. But those that wake up to scheme and scam and steal and go to sleep still trying to figure out how to scheme and scam and steal, they don't deserve shit. Okay? People that will make you question your reality or try to make you feel like it's hard to love you are people that they themselves are hard to love and are confused. We have to choose to not engage in that. It takes time when we want to hope and believe for change. Yes, people can change. I believe that with all I have. But I equally believe that there's not a lot of leeway there. And those that are really eyeballs deep into narcissism, sometimes they really don't escape that. Because you have to be willing and diligent to embark and embody your own healing process. If you're not willing to do that, you're just going to have on another costume and maybe fool a couple of more folks that's as equally asleep as you. But outside of that, not much. And if you're a divine being that's embracing your path, you're not to be slowed down by that. The playbook, the interest, it's always the same. It's what can they get from you? How could they feed? How could they win? See, I went through many things and I've always had a heart and I would always extend care and concern for people. That's one of my marks. That's a mark of a true divine being. It's a mark of an empath, okay? That no matter what has happened, whether you like someone or not, whether you agree, whether you're pissed, like there's a level inside where it's like, damn. But see, that could be exploited. Sometimes they create that so that you will reach out. Because I mentioned, the only reason why I have reached out to my ex, I mentioned this on several videos, ain't no secret. The only reason why I reached out was because of concern. That was it. I was like, below me down. The crazy toxic shit that I found out was going on, not only with, it was just crazy. It was too much crazy. It was crazy shit. And I was like, really though? Like that though? I was like, well, fuck. I was like, well, is the motherfucker not, it's, I was like, they're alive and shit, what the fuck? But that's it though. See, you see where I'm going? Because see, they still want attention. They still want to feel some kind of way, which is sad to me. It's like, really? The game, trying to control shit. So when you pick up that energy and just kind of look at it for what it is, like, okay, same shit, huh? Well, still, motherfuckers is doing some crazy shit. Judgment, motherfuckers. I still say it. I sure the fuck do and mean it. Because I have a beautiful heart and soul. I know my energy and I also know my soul level too. So it's like, okay, I just look like this. Okay. Line them up. Get your karmic horrors together and let's just put it on a roll call because it's going down. Because it's unnecessary. Everyone has a right to move on and be free and create at will, in a healthy way without exploiting another. Penalties are coming in for those that are violating people's energy in their space, violating their emotions, violating their heart, their kindness, heavyweight judgment. And I'm calling it for every single individual, and I mean everyone. I told my team, I said, if individuals are innocent, then, to be fair, then let it pass them over. No harm, no foul. If they're innocent, then they don't really have much to worry about. So I'm just not playing. I don't care if it was people I went to school with. I don't care if it was people who was my teachers, my fucking bosses, preachers, motherfuckers, Reiki masters, I don't give a fuck. Family members. Nope. If they did some foul shit, judgment. Whatever they meant for me, may it be unto them. And I mean that. And I'm going to say it and proclaim it every day. This is how we do our part with the universe. It's a reallocation of everything toxic that people have done and do and plan. Playbook. It's always the same. Interest is the same. What can they get? How could they win? There's no win. See, this is something that goes right over their head. It's never a win when you're trying to do harm to someone purposefully out of your sheer insecurity and jealousy. You'll never win. Their interest is the same. The playbook is always the same. Play on your vulnerability. Play on what they know about you. They study you. They watch you. They hide behind fake profiles. Hell, one of them probably here now. That's what they do. That's all they got. So I set intentions with my team. I said, very well. Give them hell then. That's how we're going to do it. And that's some badass shit, y'all. It doesn't change that you're a light being, an ascension, and, it means use them off that motherfucker. That's what it means. Yeah. They bake on little winklings and like that. It's like, no, that's what you remember. But guess what? Whole lot didn't happen. I only look the same and sound the same and know how to play the game. But I'm not the same. Right? Gotta show them how it's done, y'all. Whoop. Gotta trust our gut and shit. Okay, whoop, let me see something. Okay, gonna trust the gutty gut. Whoop. Let's see what else, other message we gonna get. Self-care is the best. Yes. They don't like that when an empath or a light being start to take care of themselves. Why? Because then you're not taking care of them. Then you're not going to run yourself ragged trying to figure them the fuck out. Then you know how to detach from them when they're up to the same fuck shit. Then you no longer care if they talk to you again. Then, you know what I'm saying? You no longer care. It's like, oh, okay. Like you just start figuring shit out and just carrying and pouring all that energy back into you. They don't like that. Playbook. Get the starseed, earth angel, divine being to stop taking care of themselves. Get them to stop. Get them to start worrying about me. Me. Get them to worry about me. Worry about me. No, I don't give a fuck about them. Worry about me. I don't give a fuck about them. Worry about me. Don't give a fuck about them. Worry about me. Like, that's their goal. That's their interest. Playbook. Get them to neglect themselves. Get them tripped up in the head. Crazy making. Let's play head games. Ill-advised to do that, Twahioka. Some of them are finding this out as I speak. It's ill-advised. Especially someone with a lot of air in their chart. Make them question their reality. Playbook. Negligence. What they call it, love bombing. And then the whole, discard process and cycle. Not playbook. Let's see here. Okay. Because the only way out of that shit is healing, motherfuckers. Otherwise, you're going to stay a fucking Narc. Rest your life. Playbook interest. Find what you've been manifesting. Find what you've been manifesting. What is their playbook and interest? To find what the fuck the divines have been manifesting. They want to know. They want to know because they want to try, those that are into the crazy shit, the black magic, so they can try to do some spell and shit, some ritual, which I call judgment. That's my motherfucker and my energy. Die. I do not permit any further nobody playing with my energy or my sons. Whether it's official, whether it's just by word cursing, I'm not playing. Find what you've been manifesting. Where's it at? Where's it at? So they can do some magic and so they can try to stall it and so they can fucking... Yeah. That's their interest. Why? Because they don't know how to create on their own. Let's see here. The next one we got. We have her next. Boom. Narc's playbook. Interest. Motherfucker. You've already met your soulmate. I like this one. You've already met your soulmate. So they will come in acting as if that's the love bombing phase. You are everything and everything is you. Oh, you are everything and everything is you. Yeah. This is how they come in. Now, here's the irony. In some cases, this is an actual true statement, especially for twin flames. Okay? Ironically, but anything can be distorted. I tell people this all the time. There's no absolutes here. Life is a series of choices and decisions. Okay? There's no absolutes. Twin flame or not, soulmate, whoop. You can be a fucked up one. How about that? See, people don't want to look at it from that whole perspective. Like, you can be distorted. You can be a karmic. You could be a South Node karmic lunatic that followed in this lifetime and shit and on some weird shit. Okay? You can be a distorted twin that don't want to wake up and they're going to be stuck on the Matrix bus just like, you know what I'm saying, Neo and shit on Matrix number 2. You know what I'm saying? Stuck motherfucker. Stuck in the Matrix. Don't want to wake up. Don't want to heal. Don't want to sin. Addicted. 3D shit. Right? Afraid of that healing. It's too vulnerable. So they'll come in, you know, they'll play on it. If you're into soulmates, then they're gonna play on that. If you're into twin flames, then they're gonna play on that. Whatever your verbiage is. Playbook. Interest is always the same. What can they get? What can they take? See, unfortunately with narcissists, they need you to feel bad. And I know. I've been doing this for years. I've been studying this for years. I've lived this shit. I get it. I know it doesn't make sense. It's just not logical. It just does not make sense. In fact, they themselves will say that what you're saying doesn't make sense. Ironically enough, right? Doesn't mean it ain't true. Doesn't mean it ain't true. Don't mean it ain't true. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. Starseeds have a hard time with this. Earth angels have a hard time and a long time hard because it's like this does not compute. It does not compute. Why, if you're with someone, you need them to feel less than? Why would you need them to hurt? What's sick inside? What is that? What is that? What is that? What is it? It's called an imbalance. It's called mental illness. It's called attachments, frequencies, entities, beings, depending on their lifestyle that they've accumulated in their energy. Attached. So they're overrun by bad habits and addictions. It's driving them from the subconscious. They're not even fully aware of this. Some of them are, but most of them aren't, because they're just overtaken. They're overran by it. When they die, they get the review, but in that death, then that's when they're able to even actually see it, because they're separate from the body. So the soul, with the review team and all of that, hold on, guys. Hold on. Bear with me. As I was saying, the soul gets the review, and then they're able to see. Then the review team assists them in seeing the nature of their life, their choices, their addictions, their habits, and what was driving them and attached to them. But on the earth, attached to the body and attached to all of those frequencies and beings and things that they were a part of, yeah, they can't see it. Hold on. Wait, where am I at, team? Whoa, let's do it. Reconsider. Playbook. Narc interests. They always want you to reconsider. They always reconsider. They keep, I'm telling y'all, because they're codependent. They need energy. They need a lot of people around them. They need people talking to them. They need, whether it's at work, whether it's family, it's hard for them to be in their own energy and have their own mind and their own thoughts and their own, capacities, not driven and controlled by something, or not trying to control something outside of themselves, needing other people to feed them, if you will. Reconsider your options. They want you to always second guess and reconsider. They want you to feel like you don't have any options, right? They always want people to live in the land of plausibility. Plausibility. Meaning, it's plausible that this could have happened this way, but go with that gut. Go with the gut, go with the gut, go with the gut. Here we go. Effects. Go with the gut. Yeah, that's one of their faves. So let's get out of there. I guess we're on a recycle here. Yeah. Let's see if it gives me a fresh one. Yeah, yeah. See, it's proving my point. They are repetitive and predictable. They rarely change. It's always the same. It's 3D, 3D, 3D. Selfish. They play the same shit. If they know you're attracted to them, then they're going to play into that. If they know that you're spiritual, then they're going to play into that. If they know that you have a heart and have a tendency to, no matter how shitty people have been, okay, well, damn, did they kill them and put them under the Brooklyn Bridge and shit? Motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If they know that that's going to get you to, care, then they'll play on that. Okay. And those are not healthy, adult, balanced attitudes and mindsets to have, no matter what the culture is, the background is, the ethnicity is, the belief systems are. Anybody who's conducting in that way, they're not balanced. They're not mature. We expect these types of behaviors from, as we're raising children, because they are children. They don't know. They have to develop, correct? So we expect that because we have to help them, right? They have to go through the physiological changes and such. And depending on how you're raising them and all of that will determine who they become, because sometimes narcs raise sociopaths too. That's a whole nother get down. It's a whole nother story, because they're under that energy. So they raise them to be disconnected. They raise them to fucking, you know, psychotic and shit, not give a fuck about human life. As long as you get $100, you get your $100, motherfucker. It don't matter how you had to get it. That's some sad shit. That's some sad shit. And they smile. And they stand on podiums and stages and all sorts of things. Playbook. Narc's interest. They want what you have. They don't have an ounce of creativity of their own. So all they do is stalk, cyber stalk, troll all day, every day. It's them and the group of folks that they hire. Because that's all they got. To report, to steal, to strategize. Does that even sound healthy when you say it out loud? Actually, don't do it. But it's what they do. They're overtaken. And they rationale, reason and rationale that. In some cases, downright deny it. Let me tell you something. I knew and I know. My entire family been watching my social media, as is anyone who has ever really known me. But they pretend otherwise. Is that healthy? Ask yourself. These are telltale signs. Because see, me, myself, I don't have a problem. If I go on somebody's social media, I'll be like, yep, I was on Whoopity. I went on there and I saw Whoopity. Do. Why? Because I ain't hiding nothing. Why? I ain't sneaky. I ain't a snake. Why? Of integrity. Why? I don't need someone in order for me to feel valid as a person and who I am and what I do. I don't need someone else to feel like I'm not paying attention because, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. When you are in a healthy energy, you don't need to try to act like that's a teenager. Teenagers do that if we think about it. Our kids are teenagers. We're going to pretend like we don't care. We're going to pretend like we're not watching, and we watching and we can't wait till the motherfucker come on so we can click the button. Narc. Playbook. Interest. Steal. I would say something that I would blow some folks' mind, but I don't think folks is going to be ready for that yet. I have to see how I'm guided, because some of the very things that most folks going around just blurting out their mouths, the side of their necks, regurgitating out, they don't even know what it means. They don't even realize that they themselves are operating in what they're blurting. Self-care, they don't want you to take care of yourself, collective. They want you negligent. They want you broke down, busted, and disgusted so they can feel like not a loser. Okay? They don't want you to trust your gut. They want you to question that. It takes a hit to your adrenal system, a hit to your nervous system, a hit. They're crazy making and all that. Nah, cut that shit out. That's their playbook. Okay? That's their playbook. Make you doubt it. So anytime people come against, like, for an example, people come against who I am and what I do, I already know right there. That's all I need to know. I'm like, yep, bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. Because you're trying to condescend something because you know your darkness is exposed. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. Motherfuckers. I mentioned this before. People don't have problem with the outer appearance of some type of a belief system and a routine and rituals, okay? That's common. It's easy to do, quite frankly. It's easy. What's not so easy is soul evolution, change, being. What's not so easy is realizing that it's a lifestyle beyond rules and regulations and rituals. It's the soul, it's the heart, it's the integrity. They like to keep the little dark secrets while talking about yours. Okay? Exploratory, that's their playbook. Smear campaign. Let's add 50% lie on top of it. But when the truth is revealed about them, they have had a connection. Why is that? Playbook, Narc. Interest to appear to be a saint, upstanding citizen, while they plan and strategize at night against innocent lives secretly. Try to set people up, try to get people killed, try to get people kidnapped, try to get people stolen from and all kinds of shit. But they got on the Captain America outfit, though, I'll tell you. So it'll serve any of you well. I will upload this to my YouTube. It'll serve you well to know that these are common, okay? And if you just start to listen and sit back, you'll see their trait. They're very surface. Most of what's going to be coming out of their mouth is going to always be about something in the 3D. It's going to be rare unless they're the religious narc. Religious narcs have a tendency to be very spiritual in their conduct and their verbiage. But outside of that, individuals have a tendency to be, you know, my title is this, my title is that, you know, I got this, I got that, I have this, I've accomplished that, what do you have? They're always trying to size up and compare. That's one of their traits, because they're trying to figure out a way how to make themselves feel better. Okay? All right, you guys.